Hey boys and girls, I'm having such a good time taking a closer look at this book, What Do You Do with a Tale Like This? This is close read number 3. Today we're going to talk about the main topic and key details of a book. I know you're really good at that when you do this in your independent reading or read to self or Earl time. And you can read a book and tell what it's mostly about and then give 3 key details. This book has so many details in it. We're going to take a look at little sections of the book and talk about what little sections are mostly about, and then find key details in just a section of the book. Don't forget, you're going to need a buddy for this so you can turn and talk. Let's get started. What do you do with ears like these? Oh, this is my favorite section. If you're a bat, you see with your ears. If you're a jackrabbit, you use your ears to keep cool. If you're a cricket, you hear with ears that are on your knees. If you're a humpback whale, you hear sounds hundreds of miles away. If you're a hippopotamus, you close your ears when you're underwater. Let's take a look at this text where it says about the bat. It says if you're a bat, you see with your ears. Well, that's weird. How can an animal see with its ears? Can you turn and tell your partner? Pause this. Did you and your partner talk about echolocation? Bats have this super cool power. They use echolocation to help them see. Their eyes are really actually pretty bad, especially at night when they go hunting. So they make noises with their mouth or their nose, and those noises get sent out through the air, and they hit some sort of prey or animal. Here it's a bug. And the sound bounces off the bug and back to the bat. And that's how the bat can actually see the bug. Not really with the eyes, but with their ears and what they hear. That is really cool. Let's take a look at some of the other animals here. Let's look at the jackrabbit. It says if you're a jackrabbit, you use your ears to keep cool. I wonder how it does that. Can you describe a jackrabbit's ears? Tell your partner. They are big, aren't they? Really big. And floppy. And this bunny's ears are brown. How would a jackrabbit use its ears to keep cool? Pause this and tell your partner. How would a jackrabbit use its ears to keep cool? Did you guys talk about how they're like big umbrellas and they could give the jackrabbit some shade? That makes sense. But that's not actually what happens. Check this out. Jackrabbits have blood vessels in their ears that help them adjust to weather. When it's hot in the desert, jackrabbits can slow the flow of blood in these vessels. This allows heat to escape out into the air. I wish I could do that during the summer and let heat escape out of my body like the jackrabbit does. Have you ever heard a cricket sound? What does it sound like? Tell your partner what a cricket sounds like. Did you sound something like this? Let's take a look. Listen. That's a really cool chirping sound, isn't it? Where are the cricket's ears? Can you point in the text where it says a cricket's ears are? Oh, right there. They're on their knees. That's weird. I'm glad I don't have ears on my knees. Look at the picture of the hippo and the humpback whale. What do the illustrations tell us about how a hippopotamus and a humpback whale are alike? Tell your partner, just by looking at the picture, how are these two animals alike? You're right, they're both underwater. But what does the text tell us about how these sea animals are different? Can you point to it in the text? How are the hippopotamus and the humpback whale different? Show your partner. Is this what you pointed to? Hippos close their ears when they go underwater. That's a neat trick. And humpback whales can hear sounds hundreds of miles away. That's also a cool trick. Which one do you think's cooler? Tell your partner. Would you rather close your ears underwater or be able to hear hundreds of miles away, like the humpback whale? I don't know. I think I would think it would be cool to close my ears underwater. That way I don't have to shake them out when I get out. Let's look at another section. What do you do with a tail like this? If you're a giraffe, you brush off pesky flies with your tail. If you're a skunk, you lift your tail to warn that a stinky spray is on its way. If you're a lizard, you break off your tail to get away. If you're a scorpion, your tail can give a nasty sting. If you're a monkey, you hang from a tree by your tail. Let's look at the scorpion. Why would you not want to go near a scorpion? Can you tell your partner? Show them in the text why you would not want to go near a scorpion. Did you say because the text says his tail could give you a nasty sting? I wouldn't want to go near a scorpion. We learned that elephants spray water out of their trunk. What does a skunk spray? Can you find it in the text? What does a skunk spray? Oh, right there, stinky spray. Ugh. What does a skunk do that warns others that it's about to spray? Can you find it in the text? What does a skunk do to warn you that it's about to spray? Show your partner. Oh, right there. It lifts its tail. You can see that in the text and the picture. They do that to warn you. That's right. So, we read this section, what do you do with ears like these? And we read about the bat, and the jackrabbit, and the cricket, and the hippopotamus, and the humpback whale. Let's talk about the main topic of this section. I love this little cute graphic organizer. Let's talk about the main idea. What was that first section about? Tell your partner, what was that mostly about? You're right. It's about what animals do with their ears. And we read about several animals and what they do with their ears. Can you think of 3 details? 3 different animals? What did we learn about what the bats do with their ears? Do you remember? Tell your partner, what do bats do with their ears? You're right. Bats see with their ears. Remember that big word, echolocation? What did we learn about what jackrabbits do with their ears? Oh yeah, the jackrabbits use their ears to keep cool. And what did we learn about what crickets do with their ears? Crickets hear with ears on their knees. That's right. So just that little section we wrote down on our graphic organizer here what that section was mostly about. And then we remembered 3 details. Even though there were other animals, these were 3 of the animals that you could write key details about. Now it's your turn. Let's take a look at this section one more time. What do you do with a tail like this? Just this tail section. And then we read about what the giraffe and the skunk and the lizard, the scorpion and the monkey do with their tails. It's your turn. With a buddy, get this exit ticket from your teacher. You're going to write down what this section was mostly about. Right here. And then add 3 details about in that section. What did we learn about animals' tails in this section? Write 1 detail here, 1 here, and 1 here. You did such a great job today thinking about what each section was mostly about and learning about some great details about these animals. I just love reading with you guys. Keep up the great work.